What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another physical media haul. This one is gigantic, as I've been collecting over the past month, either on Amazon or in Goodwill, my favorite spot, because I get to get physical media for cheap. I'm gonna let you guys know what I paid roughly for each one. Obviously, each Goodwill, if you guys don't know, if you guys have not gone thrifting, if you guys aren't thrifters at all, depending on which thrift store it is, not just a umbrella Goodwill, sometimes there's different organizations that are part of these thrift stores. They will charge, also too, if you go to a bigger city like Los Angeles, they may up it a couple of bucks. It all depends, especially with the clothing and stuff like that. But when it comes to physical media, it can range anywhere, I will say, for DVDs and Blu-rays, $2 or actually about $3, all the way up to $9 I've seen in some LA spots. So I'm going to let you guys know specific. I didn't pay that much. Trust me, I didn't pay that much, but I have seen it. So I have broken this down into DVDs, Blu-rays, and lastly, 4Ks. And a lot of the 4Ks I bought, on Amazon or Shout Factory special boutiques, or whether they were on sale or I just really wanted to grab them for whatever special reason, I will let you guys know. But before we get into it, please hit that big thumbs up. It always does help the channel out immensely to spread these videos out to those that aren't subscribed. And if you yourself aren't subscribed, consider subscribing today for more videos like this and reactions here on the channel. All right, Flix Talkers, now let's get into my first DVD pickup. This one was for $3. It is A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt, Tom Skerritt. Let me know if you guys have seen this one. I believe it's a Robert Redford. That's right. Robert Redford, who just recently passed away. He was not only an actor, but also a director, a huge environmentalist, I believe, as well. I've heard so many great things about this one, as I have seen Legends of the Fall a couple of years ago, and young Brad Pitt is awesome. You guys let me know if this one's a great one. I don't know too much about it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I just want you guys to let me know what your thoughts about it are. Now, next up, we have a Western. It is Grace Kelly and Gary Cooper. It is High Noon. Let me know if you guys have seen this one or heard of this one. I thought this was cool. These are always cool when you get a slipcover DVD. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not in the highest quality form. That's okay. I don't care. I'm going to just view this one on just the simple fact that I really want to watch more Western movies, and more Westerns that have like a runtime of like an hour and a half, which I think this one has 85 minutes, not even an hour and a half. So I'm excited to check that one out. You guys let me know if you guys have seen that one. Now, next up, I thought this was interesting. I'd always heard this name, but I didn't know anything about this movie whatsoever. It is from the creators of Jurassic Park, Michael Crichton, The Andromeda Strain. Now, I've heard some mixed reviews about this one, as far as it not being the greatest critically received. You guys let me know your thoughts. I know it is like sci-fi, and I don't know anyone involved. Once again, this is $3. All of these are going to be about $3 unless otherwise noted. I'll let you know. Now, this next pickup, guys, was completely just for gags. It was going to be more of, I know this is a bad movie, and I looked it up, and the percentage is like 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is Tanya Roberts with Sheena. Now, people have said in my comments that they like this movie for how campy, I guess it is, or just bad and hokey it is. You guys let me know your thoughts. It is a PG movie. It is extremely long for it being like a B-rated movie. 117 minutes. That's kind of long for something like this. But I'm thinking this is more of like a Tarzan, Jane, Queen of the Jungle type of thing. You guys let me know. I don't know too much about it. All right, now next up, I've been wanting to watch more Daniel Day-Lewis, especially since he came out of retirement recently. Daniel Day-Lewis and Emma Thompson, In the Name of the Father. Now, I have not heard anything about this film. I looked it up. It sounds like an amazing story about wrongfully accused, possibly in a courtroom type of drama. You guys let me know your thoughts on this one. I just know that he's an intense actor in everything I've seen him in. I haven't seen him in much, obviously. Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood. The more modern, bigger titles I've seen him in. You guys let me know. Now, the next one I actually have a copy for, but I don't have this copy. It's a Legacy series. Once again, rest in peace, Robert Redford and Paul Newman. It is The Sting, the special edition. I thought this was cool. The back is a bit jacked up, but that's okay. I mean, once again, this is going to be just a viewing reaction, and I'm probably just going to give it away after that. I like stuff like this. I think most of you guys do too. When you guys can get cool and collective with your physical media. You guys like that. And it says 7, what does it say on the bottom? 7 Academy Award, 1973, includes Best Picture. So that's great. That is fantastic. once again. He had passed away, Robert Redford, recently, and a lot of people said The Sting was definitely one of those that they want to check out. Now, next up, I said I want to check out more Westerns, guys. The Western King himself, Mr. Clint Eastwood. It is The Outlaw Josie Wales. And don't you love when they put multiple stickers of the exact same thing? There's $2.99 and $2.99, just in case you missed it. That destroys the cover, by the way. I hate that. A lot of people said that to check this one out, since I have seen, I'm getting into that trilogy, the Sergio Leone trilogy, I believe it is. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, guys, but that this is a good one right here from Clint Eastwood. I don't know what it's about. I'm sure all of this stuff is all the same as far as like revenge and all that, good stuff that we know and love from these Western movies. Now, staying on the same topic, I found this, and I don't really see too many of these 4-film collections for Clint Eastwood. And here we go. We got one. So we got Space Cowboys, Honky Tonk Man, Every Which Way But Loose, which I have on Blu-ray already. And I believe this is a sequel, Any Which Way You Can, to Every Which Way Is Loose. But so you guys let me know your thoughts on these ones right here. I think some people have mentioned Space Cowboy. I'm not really 100% sure what that's even about. I know it's like later in his life and it has an eclectic cast. Now, next up was a complete blind buy. I've never even heard of this movie. It is Matt Dillon and Kelly Lynch, Drugstore Cowboy. Now, it's an Artisan DVD. I always go for the Artisans because those are like a little more, not rare, but like you don't see them that much anymore in physical. Sorry, I got a cat hair up here. This one seems like possibly just like a rom-com, maybe. I'm sorry, not a rom-com, more like a dramatic romance type of film, possibly dealing with some heavy subject nature. You guys let me know. I go into these movies blind, guys, and if it sounds good or the cast is great, I will pick it up. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. If I do like it, I'll keep it. Now, the next one I had not heard about one iota. But I saw that it does star Andy Griffith, and I've never seen Andy Griffith in a movie. I don't think so. Let me know if I have. You guys probably like, you just watched that movie last week with Andy Griffith in it. Yeah, you guys love doing that. It is a face in the crowd, and I did look up the score. It is very, very high. It does seem like an interesting story in itself of someone that's in and out of jail. And he has a fascination with media, I guess, or TV and stuff like that. So once again, I just want to see it for that factor of the more classic type of movies. I'm a fan of classics. Black and whites, guys, you guys know me. I'm getting more into them. Now, this is another one that I've always heard the name. I didn't know that any of these actors are involved. So we have Taps. Look at that. Look at that young cast right there. George C. Scott, Timothy Hutton, Tom Cruise, and Sean Penn. Now, once again, I've heard mixed reviews about this film, guys. You let me know. As far as like mixed reviews, as far as like people like it or they don't like it, or it's at the top of their list or it's not. Either way, it does seem like it's centered around, military camp and military boys or young men. And I'm in for a good time, guys. That's all I'm looking for. Next up is one that I've always heard about. I might have a copy of this, but I picked it up just in case I don't have it. It's cool. It has an Amoeba sticker on it as well. We have Lord of the Flies. Now, I didn't pick this up at Amoeba. I actually picked this up at Goodwill, just a regular Goodwill. So Lord of the Flies is the one that I've always heard about. 1990. Now, I did Google search it. I don't think that there's a movie about this story before this. I could be wrong. Let me know if there's a black and white before this. Either way, I know a lot of people in my community have read this book. I never read the book. I think when they were actually having this book being read by students, I was in a Catholic school and they weren't showing me that. Maybe because I heard it was very controversial, or maybe there's some scenes that they didn't want to show me because I was in Catholic school. What can I say? Now, next up, I know they're coming out with a John Candy documentary. So anything John Candy that I haven't seen, I am trying to pick up and watch. And this is one of them, Summer Rental. You guys let me know. I know summer just ended, but is this one good? Is it bad? Sometimes the bad ones are really good or memorable. Also, one that I really need to catch with him is The Great Outdoors. I believe it's him and Dan Aykroyd. So you guys let me know. I don't know who else is involved. It does say it's directed by Carl Reiner, who did The Jerk, which I love The Jerk. I have a reaction for it on the channel. Please watch. I love that wacky Steve Martin. And isn't it crazy that a lot of that stuff doesn't fly nowadays? Like it's jokes. They're jokes for a reason. Don't get me off on a tangent right now. I'm stopping. All right, guys. Now, next up, I think I might have had a copy of this, but once again, I wasn't sure. I might want to watch it this year, this month, actually, for October. We're already in October, guys. Happy October, by the way. It is The Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man. It says down here, look at this. Will give you nightmares for years, the BBC said. Well, sometimes British are a little soft. I mean, we have a different tolerance level, right? The Wicker Man, have you seen it? Christopher Lee, guys, please let me know. Should I be checking this one out this October? All right, now next up is one that I've heard the name. I didn't know anything about it. And guys, it has Terrence Stamp, who just passed away recently. I love Terrence Stamp. I always remember him in Yes Men. I know a lot of people remember him from other big movies, obviously. Name your favorite Terrence Stamp movie. But it is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Now, I read this, guys, and it came out in 94. I don't know why I thought this came out a long time ago, like the 70s or 80s. Now, this is giving me vibes of Tu Wong Fu. What is it? Julie Newmar, Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, whatever that movie's called. Did this come out before? Because if it did, that Tu Wong Fu ripped it off, I think. But I love Tu Wong Fu. I love it. And basically, in a nutshell, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, is a drag show that they hold in the middle of the desert in Australia, I believe it is. You guys let me know your thoughts if you've seen those so far. All right, and last but not least, for my DVD pickups, guys, it is Michael Caine's, the original, The Italian Job. Now, I know a lot of people, when they mention The Italian Job, they talk about the remake that they used to always show in the early 2000s. I believe it was early 2000s, right before 2010. Always on TV. They would always show it. I never saw that one. I only heard about it. So I'm actually really excited. I'm not going to go in with any influence to watch this Italian Job. I want to watch more Michael Caine. Name some Michael Caine bangers. So that being said, that is it for my DVD pickups, guys. This haul, we're like a third through it. All right, guys. I have about 50 pickups here. Like I said, this is my biggest pickup. Sorry, this video is going to be a little long. I'm only going to talk about what I know about the film and what I don't. Oh, and if it's an upgrade or not. So this one right here, this one was completely sealed. And for $3, they mislabeled it. They put DVD, and it's a Blu-ray. It is Ryan Gosling in First Man. Now, once again, I'd heard different reviews about this one, either it being really good or really, not so good. And like I said, it is shrink wrapped still. So I'm actually very excited. I like Ryan Gosling. This might be one of those watches where I watch it just offline, and that's totally fine. All right, now next one is a upgrade, because I did have the DVD, and I am going to be watching this. Whew, I believe it's a 4-hour movie, guys. My ass is going to be chapped. I had it on DVD. Now we have the Blu-ray, Dances with Wolves. All right, Kevin Costner. I know this is the big one. Won Best Picture in 1990. All right. You guys let me know. Dances with Wolves. Is it a banger? I'm sure it is. All right. Now, the next ones I'm going to go over just very quick, but I saw them on the shelf, and I've always grew up with the live-action X-Men. The comic show itself, I'm talking about the cartoon show in the 90s, was epic to me. That was my go-to. A lot of you guys went with Batman and Spider-Man and all. X-Men was my go-to. I would watch that all the time whenever it was on after school or Saturday morning cartoons or whatever it was. So I never got into, later in life, you had X-Men First Class, you have X-Men Days of Future Past, and then you have X-Men Apocalypse, which I heard bad things about. By the way, look at that. It's gray. It's freaking gray on top. It's not blue. I love the gray packaging, basically, and there's an X on top. So that's cool. Like I said, guys, I'm here for the nostalgic value. I'm here for the pickup value, obviously. So these three right here are the prequels to the live action films that I know that weren't good to begin with. But who cares? I don't care about that because, I was a kid. Now, the next one, I actually just realized that I picked it. I had already had a copy of it, but it is Rush. I believe it's the Ron Howard film. Yes, Chris Hemsworth. A lot of people say this is a good movie. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I've already talked about it, I think, on a previous video. Now, next one is, it's another bad movie. bad movies have good nostalgia for me. I don't know what it is. I went to the theater to actually watch this because I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. He was presenting. Remember, it was like Eli Roth presents, Quentin Tarantino presents. All of these directors present, and the movie is usually shit. That's okay. But this one was The Man with the Iron Fist, which I believe is directed by Eli Roth. Could be. Is it? It is Eli Roth, right? Let me correct me if I'm wrong. But this one was bizarre, to say the least. And I wasn't getting into martial arts movies. I was more into wacky and obviously horror, B-rated and all that sort of stuff. I think that's why I like this movie, is because it was so outlandish. So you have Russell Crowe, who's like some wild futuristic cowboy or something. You have Lucy Liu doing her thing. Batista's in this effing movie, who has like superpowers. RZA has like the Iron Fist, of course. It's really bizarre. It is really bizarre, where everything goes down at this like saloon or something, or some kind of restaurant. Either way, there it is, guys. I don't know much more to say about it. Check it out if you like exploitation, like martial arts types movies. Now, next up, guys, I couldn't believe I didn't have it in my collection. I know it's out in 4K and all this other stuff, but that's okay. Shutter Island. This is a movie that I really wanted to rewatch, and isn't that funny? It's like in that Hollywood Video Blockbuster. Oh no, it is a Blockbuster right here. Blockbuster. Down there. Yeah. Wow, it has the date on it, guys. December 11th, 2010. I didn't even see that. Yeah. That one actually $4. So it's weird some of the some of the price adjusting that they do here. But either way, guys, Shutter Island, I just wanted to rewatch it again. I remember that this had like a crazy ending. And I like Leo, man. I think most people do. All right, now we're getting to the classics, guys. We have Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw in The Getaway. I'd never heard about this one with Steve McQueen. I love Steve McQueen as far as what I've seen from him so far. I know I have a lot more Steve McQueen to watch. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know anything about it. Now, next on is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is when he was doing all these films that were exactly the same for the most part. And we love disaster movies. So San Andreas, we have a slipcover there. You guys know what it is. It's an earthquake disaster movie. I don't know who the woman is in the back there. I forget who this actress was. You guys let me know. Either way, it's a good bad movie. If you guys like the disaster movies, it's a good bad movie. Now, next one I actually have in my collection, but it's the remake of the remake of the remake of the remake, I think. I don't even know. It's the later one. I didn't know they had a Les Mis from the 90s. Liam Neeson, Uma Thurman, Claire. If I watch this movie, this is the one I'm going to watch. I was like, this cast looks better than the Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway. I'm sorry. And if you look up the scores for it, that one has a higher score. So you guys let me know. Have you seen both? What do you guys think about both of them individually? All right. Now, next one I didn't have in my collection. It is a sequel. It is Sicario, Day of the Soldado. Now, this is awesome. We have a slipcover for this one, guys. Now, believe it or not, this is one of those films where I'm not saying the sequel is as good, but the sequel is very, very entertaining. Now, they lose Emily Blunt. She's not in this one. She is in the original. This movie, I believe they're talking about making a third movie. If you like high-octane action films with a lot of dramatic and extremely, just controversial themes like child trafficking or sex trafficking and stuff like that, this movie does it. Please check out Sicario. This is very, very parallel to real life, what's happening right now. And Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin, man, these guys are fucking awesome. I don't know what else to say. Speaking about hopefully fucking awesome, we have Sabotage. I haven't seen. I've heard of this movie. I don't know what it's about. I think, are they SWAT? They look like SWAT or some kind of private SWAT or something. It says from the writer of Training Day and End of Watch. Is this Dave Ayer? David Ayer? Yeah, this is David Ayer. Okay, cool. I saw Street Kings a couple years ago, and that was all right. But we have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sam Worthington, Olivia Williams, Terrence Howard, Joe Manganiello, Josh Holloway, and someone else, Marielle Enos. All right, you guys let me know if this is a good one. I know this is later Arnold, which isn't the greatest, but I'm a fan, guys. I'm a fan. So that's all my Blu-ray pickups. Woo! All right, have you made it this far, guys? Please hit that big thumbs up in case you have, and I have to keep reminding people because they forget that the thumbs up button is right there. It's right there down below. Hit it. Takes 1 second. All right, let's get into my 4K pickups. Now, this is my creme de la creme. You guys know I'm a cheapie. Obviously, I go to the Goodwill. All right, so I like saving on a deal. These movies have to be like under $10. And if I really, 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 really like it, and I've had a successful month, then I will purchase it. So that being said, I'm going to let you guys know what I got these for, where I got them from, and why I got them. So starting off, because I wanted to start off October right, and I think this is probably the first reaction I'm going to do for October. It is Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. Now, this is a double feature, Scream Factory. Honestly, I just wanted to watch the first one, which is from the early 80s, I believe 82. And it was on sale for $20. 2 movies, $20 on 4K. That's a deal to me, and I'm going to do it. And I'm sure the sequel is probably more just campy as shit, but I heard the first one is pretty spooky, and a lot of people talk about the first one. So I will be watching this one. I'm very excited. I'm sure it's just tits and gore. That's all I can I guess about this one. I'm not expecting much, but there it is. And speaking about tits and gore, I had to do it, guys. I'm going to put up a poster, hopefully maybe somewhere over here, because they did send me a poster for this one. It is Scream Factory once again. This one I paid full price because there is something about these movies. I even have a t-shirt of it. There's something about these movies that, I don't know, Cabin in the Woods type slasher movies are just so much fun. They bring me back to my nostalgia when I was, watching horror movies when I wasn't supposed to, when I was so little or whatever. And it's a nostalgic factor. That's it. Simple and plain. And I'm talking about Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. All right. A lot of people were picking this one up. They did send me a poster, so I will be posting it because this artwork is awesome. The movies themselves aren't the greatest, but that's okay, guys. Once again, that is okay. I know they're not winning any awards, and I don't care. I really don't care. So Sleepaway Camp, I actually rewatched like right when I got it. Sleepaway Camp 2, I'm sorry. I watched right away. I have a t-shirt of this as well. I did watch this right when I picked it up. Come on, focus. And it is, I love this girl that plays Angela. I don't know who she is. Oh, actually, you know what? I did look her up, and she's like a photographer now. So she only did a few films, and then she went to photography, and now she's a famous photographer. I think in LA. Could be wrong about that. But Sleepaway Camp 2 is very just straightforward. It's supposed to be, everyone compared this to like, oh, this is Jason Voorhees' sister. No, it's not. It has its own story. They're trying to remake Sleepaway Camp, the original, Kenan Thompson. That's going to flop horribly. Please don't do it. Consider not doing it, okay? The Sleepaway Camp, the original, is a gem. It's a masterpiece. It's ahead of its time. I'm not going to spoil it if you guys haven't seen it. Now, Sleepaway Camp 2 piggybacks off that, the whole story of just them shredding, slutty teens, and once again, it steals what they did from Friday the 13th, right? If you have sex in the cabin in the woods and you're not watching the kids, you're gonna get killed, and that's what Angela does right here, because she is like not a prude, but she's like, she has these very old school morals, I guess, of camp and whatnot. And this is just a very cool title. This is an alternate slipcover, by the way. That's the original artwork, which I always thought was funny because that ain't Angela. They did that just to sell the movie. That is like the original VHS. So I like this artwork. I think it's better. I like this one a lot. You guys let me know your thoughts on the sequels if you have seen it. And like I had said, you can't Sleepaway Camp 3. I have not rewatched this one. From what I remember, this one was better than the second one. Because I rewatched the second one, and the pacing is a little bit, it's not intense. Like when people are getting killed, like you want intense music, you want all that shit. It's not really there. It's kind of lacking. So if I were to go back, I would really redo and add a lot of music to Sleepaway Camp 2 to make it more intense. Now, Sleepaway Camp 3 is where they amped it up. They're like, we need more kills. We need it more brutal. We need Angela, like more just insane. And she has like a crazy wig now. That's the whole thing. I think she's on the run from what I remember. And then she just comes back to kill because I think they find out that she did it or something. I forget what it is. But Sleepaway Camp 3 is very, very fun and hokey and campy. And yeah, they always mention the original Sleepaway Camp, so you guys know, so the audience always knows what's, what you're in for and stuff like that. But once again, These are just more stupid, campy, and just for me to just like giggle at and stuff. And they're in 4K and they look great too, or at least Sleepaway Camp 2 does look great. The transfer looks very, very good, clean. You have all that good film grain, right? That you got from these 80s, and I don't think it even went to the 90s. I think they're both in the 80s, I believe. Well, let me see, 87 for the second one, and then 88. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're hitting back to back. How often do you see back to back movies, guys? I'm talking about back to back, like one coming out one year and then the very next year you get the sequel. It's very rare. Very rare. It happens, but it's very rare. Now, next up is one that I had to pick up because I hadn't seen this movie for such a long time. I remember having so much fun with it. It is the first time it's ever in 4K. It is The 40-Year-Old Virgin unrated. Now, I don't think I've seen the unrated version. It has 2 hours of bonus footage. That's great. I think I do have this on Blu-ray, but I've seen the comparisons already online, and it's like night and day. You can never put a price on comedy, so I did pay full price for this. It was like $27, something like that. That's okay. This is one of those movies that was hitting around the time of like Superbad, Knocked Up, American Pie was like maybe like 10 years before this, but you get all these raunchy comedies where you could never do comedy like this again. I repeat, you could never do comedy like The 40-Year-Old Virgin ever again. We just live in such a PC world, unfortunately, that you just can't do it. And I love time relics like that. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Now, next up, guys, it just came in the mail actually yesterday. It is, for the first time on 4K, Tron Legacy. Now, this is beautiful. It's a steelbook too, by the way. Beautiful steelbook art. Like, my God. I love this one. And it's one of those very rare movies that's like, is it PG? It's PG. That just blew me away. And I was watching it as an adult. And I think right after high school. And I was just blown away. One, because the soundtrack is by Daft Punk. And I loved it. I'm a lifelong Daft Punk fan. And two, because these visuals, they sucked you into the world, into this Tron world. It really did. Yes, it does contain some of the worst de-aging CGI I have ever seen. I mean, that's not him young. That's Jeff Bridges when he's older. But when they show him young, it is the worst de-aging. The technology wasn't there. You de-age someone now, it looks great. It looks fire. But this movie is so goddamn entertaining and sci-fi, especially with the weapons. And then you also get these, I don't know what they're called, but these the motorcycle bike scenes are great. The artwork on the back, once again, that's where they suck them up and they take them to the games. Our main character. It's just a good overall fun movie. I mean, maybe not fun. It's dangerous, obviously, for the main character, but it is a very exciting, exhilarating. I believe it's that's not Olivia Munn. Who is that? That's forget the actress's name. But she's a director now. That is a very, very fun movie, Tron Legacy. Check it out if you guys haven't seen it. Now, next one I got on a sale. I forget what the sale was, to be honest. I forget what the price was. Oh, for Tron Legacy, I did pay full price. I mean, it's one of those steelbooks. You got to get it before it sells out. So it is what it is. Batman, the 4-film collection. Forgot how much I got this for. It's all 4K. And these are the Batman films that I grew up with. So whether they're good, they're bad, I really love them. And I'm going to say this, guys. Oh, I think I only paid like $20 for this. So that's a steal for 4 movies. It's a steal. Okay, so let's go over it, guys. Batman the Original, 1989. This movie is a classic to me. I grew up on this one. My dad had the damn vinyl with a Prince, the Prince soundtrack. You get Michael Keaton, you get Kim Basinger, you get Jack Nicholson, who I still argue is the best one of the best Jokers to me. I will say one of the best. I don't know, guys. It's hard to say. You guys let me know your favorite Joker. He's just so animated to me, and he seems very, very cartoony. I love this movie to death. Yes, it's Tim Burton, so it looks a little wacky, but that's okay. I don't care. Followed up with another Tim Burton wacky one is Batman Returns. A lot of people say that Batman Returns is the more superior sequel. I have to rewatch this one because I've rewatched the first one so many damn times I forget about the second one. Obviously, in the second one you get Penguin, you get Catwoman, Danny DeVito playing the Penguin, who does an exceptional job as well. Once again, we're in this Tim Burton world where it's like it's just everything is just so color. If you've seen Tim Burton movies, you guys know how extravagant he can get with the set design and whatnot. And I love these 4Ks, by the way. The artwork looks really, really good. Now, this is when we get into the... Okay, so those first two were Michael Keaton. This is when we get into the shitty Batmans. I gotta say, it is shitty. Now, I did rewatch Batman Forever, either on Streamer or something like that. This is Val Kilmer. Yes, rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Batman Forever. This is a very bad movie, but the characters in it, like Jim Carrey's Riddler, are iconic to me. Iconic. So even though it is a bad movie, there are good elements about it, or good characters in it. You guys let me know what is your favorite Batman, by the way. The early Batmans from 89 to 97, I believe it was. Please let me know. So, and then you got one that I think I only watched once, and I vowed never to watch it again, but I might, now that I have it in 4K. It is Batman and Robin. I think that this is probably the worst out of all the four. You get Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chris O'Donnell's back, Uma Thurman as, again, you get Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, and I love Uma Thurman. And come on, Arnold as Mr. Freeze. You need to chill out. Like, there's so many iconic cheesy moments where it's like by the time you start watching this, you know exactly what you're going to get into. It's nothing serious whatsoever. I think this is the one with the bat nipples too. Yeah, you get the Batman nipples on the suit. George Clooney, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is when they switched up again. You get George Clooney, who he was an okay Batman. Not great. I like George Clooney as, I mean, I know he was popular around this time and with it was ER or General Hospital, one of those movies, shows. Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. She was okay from what I remember. I had a huge crush on her back in the day. There it is. It is what it is. And I don't know what else to say about that. But it is cool that I could get them all on a deal. And I don't know the transfers. That's the one thing. Maybe that's why it was cheap. I don't know the transfers. Now most of you guys know that I took my Man of Steel journey recently. A lot of you guys saw it and they're like, keep going. So you know what? God damn it. I am going to keep going. Next with Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition. Now, believe it or not, I don't know if the timing was perfect for me or what. These all went on sale. This one and then Justice League went on sale for $12 for a 4K. I'm like, let's do it, dude. So we're going to be watching that one as well as Zack Snyder's Justice League. So prepare your asses, guys. I will be watching. I should prepare my ass, I should say. So we'll be watching that. Now, next up is Midnight Run. It is a Shout Select. Now, the reason why I got this one, I did pay full price for or actually, no, I think it was on sale for $22. Now, believe it or not, that is a deal for Shout Factory. They're usually like $40. I don't know why. I think maybe because they're the only ones that have the rights to this. It is De Niro and Charles Grodin. I recently did a reaction to this. This is one of my favorite. I'm going to be honest. This has to be one of the most memorable and favorite comedy action movies I've seen in such a long time. And I think for most of you guys that saw my reaction, you guys would agree. This one I wanted to watch again and show people again. There's so many quotable lines in this, so much thrilling action. Charles Grodin is fantastic. Rest in peace in this. It is one of those duos where it's so contrast that they play off each other so well. So well. And if you guys don't know about it, Robert De Niro is like a bounty hunter, and he has to protect Charles Grodin, get him from point A to point B before these people want to kill him, because he knows too much. And last but not least, I totally forgot. I threw this in the wrong pile, but it is a Blu-ray. It is Ninja Scroll. Now, a coworker let me borrow the DVD, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I looked it up immediately if there was anything higher, and there was. It was a Blu-ray, and it was only $12. And I don't usually pay that much for Blu-rays, but I wanted to rewatch this again because when I was watching it, it was late at night, and I fell asleep halfway through it. Not because it was boring, it's because I was damn tired, all right? And this movie is graphic as shit, the way I love anime to be. You guys recommend your favorite gory animes? Some of the anime can be very tame, but this is like, I can't even show the background because, or the back of it, because there's like blood and boobs and stuff like that. There is a lot of violence in this. There's a lot of sex in this. It keeps it real and it keeps it raw, man. And Ninja Scroll was awesome. from what I remember, and it is 1993. The 80s and 90s of anime were banging on all cylinders from what I've seen, like Ghost in the Shell. I still have to watch Akira. So you guys recommend what you can. But there it is, guys. There is my haul. I can't even hold up all the physical media like I usually do at the end of these for the thumbnail. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. But you guys let me know your thoughts on any of the pickups. Hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone.